What's happening, everyone? I hope you are having a great day and welcome back to the channel. So in the early days of Android boxes, people used to ask questions such as, is it truly DDR3 or DDR4 RAM, and whether you are actually getting the right size of RAM? Is its CPU and GPU truly as advertised? What is its true Bluetooth version, and whether its Android version is truly what they say it is? Well, today's video is somewhat controversial and some manufacturers and sellers may not like this topic, but if you use Android boxes for as long as I have, you know there's always a gray area when it comes to verifying a box's true hardware specs. This topic is going to be an eye-opener, but I believe it's necessary to improve the quality of the models being handed out to consumers and to fact-check countless models being featured on various websites, social media, and video sharing platforms. So today's video is going to be a giveaway of a special app I built tailored for Android boxes to provide in-depth and sometimes hidden features about your box's true system and hardware information, and if you are getting exactly what you're paying for. So this is my first release and there are going to be updates as new hardware releases. I built this app with the help of AI tools, and what it found changes how we look at our box's hardware specs going forward. So don't go anywhere because you don't want to miss this. And welcome back. So I would like to introduce my custom system and hardware information app called TV Box Specs. It's targeted at Android boxes, but you can literally use it on any Android device, whether mobile, tablet, or Android desktop computer. So let me explain why we need this app and what's at the core of the whole problem. When you install AIDA64 or CPU-Z or any hardware info app, those apps can only read what the operating system tells it. It cannot look inside the chipset directly. And what device preferences or the app is reading is a text file. Literally, a plain text file on the firmware called build.prop. This file contains entries like row.board.platform, row.product.model, row.chipname. And here's the thing. The manufacturer writes every single one of these values. There is no verification. There are no checks. They can write anything they want. A box with a 2-year-old Amlogic S905X2 chipset can declare itself as S905X4. AIDA64 will read it, display it, and you will believe it. Unfortunately, if you try to access this build.prop file using any file explorer or root explorer, you cannot view it. The file opens, but you cannot view it, not even on rooted boxes, mobile phones, or development boards. But I want to be fair. Not every manufacturer does this. Some of them are indeed honest, and some have to be in order to get their Google certification. But not all of them are. That's why I had to build something that could tell or indicate that something is not right or adding up. So its core design principle is, if it cannot read from the hardware source, it does not display a value, status mode, model, version, or support. It tells you what cannot be accessed or what is being blocked. Here's what I mean. Instead of trusting the build.prop text file for the SoC name, the app reads the kernel's own hardware line from the proc/CPU info that is set when the kernel is compiled, not a text file that a marketing team can edit. For example, these CPU frequencies are reading directly from the hardware registers at system/devices/system/CPU, and it's live every second. You can watch the clock change in real time as the CPU steps up and steps down. So currently, I have the app running on an Android development board created by Kadas called the Kadas Edge 2. If you look here, these temperature readings are real sensor readings because you cannot fake a thermal sensor. If this box is running hot, you are going to see it right here. So if the app cannot get a reading, then that's a red flag that the manufacturer may be hiding something, or most likely the box overheats. The app also gives you temperature threshold levels if you don't understand how to interpret the temperature levels. Now I have it connected to a Google certified model that some people claim to be the best model in the world. And as you can see, they have blocked access to their temperature sensor, and I wonder why. Here's another Android box, this time from Yukus. This is their latest AM9 model, and here it shows its temperature sensor readings. The app provides advanced GPU detection instead of trusting a system property the manufacturer sets. The app reads the GPU's own hardware ID from the Mali kernel driver, and if the manufacturer provides enough access, it would give you even down to its GPU speed in megahertz. If the app cannot detect any GPU information, then there is some cause for concern. So as much as the app can detect and reveal a lot of additional information, there are things this app or any app still cannot verify. For example, the box's RAM. The total RAM figure comes from the kernel, and on some boxes the kernel is configured to report a higher number than the RAM chips that are physically soldered on the board. I have seen 2GB boxes report 4GB, and the only way to truly verify its RAM is to open the box and read the chip markings, which can void your warranty, which is no surprise. The model name and manufacturer still comes from the build.prop file. The app still shows them, but you should always cross-reference with what the board actually exposes. The point of knowing what can be faked is just as important as knowing what cannot. Let me tell you why I care about this situation so much. In the good old days, Android boxes used to perform better, last longer, and we used to see real improvements when new hardware was released. Nowadays, we are seeing models being released claiming to have new hardware but performing worse than previous models. The market is declining because of some of these bad players who are only interested in making quick sales with cheap inferior hardware under the guise of new hardware. And for the manufacturers who are doing the right thing, the ones who are shipping what they claim and providing high quality products, they're the ones who are being undercut by competitors who lie. That's not fair to them either. This is not about sales. It's not about views. This is about the fact that when you buy a box, you deserve to get what you paid for. So I'm not going to go through every single feature of the app because you will literally see it featured in every one of my videos going forward. So we have plenty of time to explore all of its features. Also, I'm giving it away for free, so you will have enough time to explore all of its features for yourself. There are no configurations and it's pretty straightforward. So if you are a manufacturer watching this video, and I know some of you do, I want to speak to you constructively. Please know that I'm not your enemy. I have reviewed literally hundreds of your boxes. I've even recommended many of your products to my audience. I want to keep doing that. But I will not be a tool for misleading the people who trust in this channel. If your box ships what it claims, this app will confirm it, and that's a good thing for you. Use it because it will also be posted on my TV box rankings chart. If your box does not ship what it claims, that is also going to become visible, not through my opinion, but through hardware registers and driver nodes that do not consult with your marketing department. So take note of that. So as mentioned, my TV Box Specs app is free. I built it for this channel and for this community. The link is in the description. If you get a new Android box, run it. Compare what the manufacturer claims with what the hardware actually reports and share it in the comments. I am building this into my review process going forward. Every box that comes through this channel gets put through TV Box Specs before I form an opinion about it. Because at the end of the day, we all want to see new and better performing Android boxes being released. So let's help the community and look forward to those updates. So thanks for taking the time to watch this video. Don't forget to like and subscribe to the channel. Stay connected and see you in the next one.